like, oh, maybe I'll consider some Pantheon. They hovered it, but not going to go for it just yet.
I mean, they previous series, this one might be a better time for the Catfish on the bottom side of the map, as we'll just have to see whether GenG have dealt with their mental block and whether they have found a draft that they want.
Yeah, I feel like their draft is a little bit more straightforward, for sure. They actually do have a ball carrier. They could even have a couple, depending on how aggressive Nico can get in these fights. But certainly a lot of protection for 3, quote-unquote carries for the side of T1, if you consider Jax that too. We'll have to see what kind of build he goes for if he wants to go tanky. The tank Jax jungle was something that we saw brought back by Malrong, actually, from Jinair, and a bunch of other people tried it. And as you were saying it, Cuz is trying it once again in solo queue and having a bit of success. And we do know that from time to time pro players will use their solo queue kind of experiences to say, well, I'm really confident on this pick right now. Just let me give it a try here in game number 1, even if it's not something we see very often. It's going to go Halo Blades. Going to be attacking real fast. The Minion Dematerializer will help out with CSing up against that oppressive Orianna versus melee harass that you can do. Priority in the bot side is going to give this Rift Scuttler over to Cuz. And yeah, I mean, this top lane probably not going to find too much action, as this says the guy who doesn't die and solo kill machine, Kana.
Rush is now cleared, looking for Kana. Doesn't have his ulti, but Kana's going to run all the way out. And Flash now on cooldown. Successful gank already as Rascal. Blooming Burst for a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, you got that enhanced route down onto him. And I think it's a smart flash from Kana. If you're a top laner and you're trying to learn when to flash, he's probably a good player.
Oh, this is so sneaky. As Rascal going to throw his clone away, but that is a brilliant snare. And teleport back here for BDD. And okay, effort. He's already roamed in, and BDD going to get exhausted ignited very, very early. So down to half health before this lane even really starts. Lost chapter complete. It doesn't have a corrupting potion or anything like that. As the last time we saw Jax, it was Peanut's loss versus Clid, in fact. So Clid pretty good at jungling against Jax's, apparently.
It was the same matchup too as GenG versus then SKT, which is quite interesting, as life might be dead.
Yes, he's going to get stunned. Grey health going to be eaten here, as the flash is all they're going to get. Ruler wanders back and asking why T1 are slaughtering his Catfish. It's because in a starved cooldown or something like that. Perplexing is snare going to miss here from Rascal. And yeah, everything going to miss from Canna as well. So no harm, no foul. Clid just going to poke out the eye of good old Shelly here as BDD. Set up in good position to make sure that GenG should be able to take down Shelly. But I'm already proud of T1. They took the first Drake. They haven't been doing very much of that.
That's good, I suppose. BDD most gold in the later stages of the game. Obviously, he has a lot of assassination potential against the less mobile units like BDD and Rascal, but
I love this out of GenG as well, trying to accelerate BDD as much as possible. He grabs yet another plate. Only one left in this turret, and we're still sitting at 11 minutes in. So Cuz is going to have to flash out of the Shockwave. Faker could have picked something that could punish in lane a little bit better, but decides to pick for their sort of pile-in comp to go Bash Bros alongside a Jax. But it means that GenG move on over. They're able to take down this map. Odd, to say the least. Is Effort going to battle dance over to Cuz. And T1 will take the first turret of the game, so that's good news. Looks like BDD is going to answer very, very quickly. Local gold collected. As, okay, Lid's going to find Canna. Oh, dives on top of him. The Abyssal Voyage comes out. Canna going to get flashed on. There's the Shockwave out of BDD. Life looking to lick him, and is going to do so, and there's first blood. The last one was Afrika versus KT. So, yeah, the old 15-minute first blood. That's the record that we wanted to break here today, 100%. Yeah. Clid just really happy to have a bit of a hula dance.
Yeah, I like how Kana was immediate go down.
Yep. BDD does put his teleport on cooldown. Rascal will still have his. As Teddy is sort of running away with the farm on his side of the map, this is what Teddy does in the mid-game. And we've seen it time and time again. 16.5 minutes in, and he's sitting at 185 farm. So, yeah, well and truly up.
Scaling, probably doing a lot of auto attacks and stuff like that. It can be very valuable for the side of T1. Obviously, for GenG, they have a nice amount of damage in their comp as well. Faker looking for an angle. Doesn't quite find it.
Sky Strike comes down here for Clid, gets himself a little bit of a shield. As GenG continues sweeping up vision here, this control ward in the back of the pit doing work as Faker in flanking position. Rascal just being a little bit sneaky. And BDD, watch the orb, pulls it back to himself as okay, this is going to reset the Drake. As Clid won't have his ultimate, Faker was looking to come in and go aggressive. And the Dragon is not going to fully reset just yet. Blooming Burst comes in. Orb going to be thrown over. There's the Shockwave, lands only onto Cuz. As Teddy pulls Effort back, he dives on in. The Infernal goes over to GenG. As Effort goes golden, Rascal just zoning with the Pop Blossom. And GenG just want to get out, but are they going to be able to as Faker dives on in, gets out again. Clid's going to fall, as now Teddy's going to hop mad into the back line. A double kill already. Life should be going down next, but he's going to flash. BDD also extraordinarily lowers the dissonance. Doing a bunch of work, Cuz maybe going a little bit too aggressive, but no, he's going to be rewarded for now as Canna finds yet another kill. Ruler desperately trying to do what he can, but the Shuriken backflip not going to connect from Faker. And that is a great team fight for T1, despite losing out on the Infernal Drake.
GenG, they stick around. They're getting flanked a little bit by Faker, who does get into the back line, and it makes Soriana's life really difficult. So BDD immediately not getting much value. The Pop Blossom kind of misses everyone. And then immediately, they're like, okay, a lot of ults are down. We can begin to just run at them. And Teddy, he immediately takes that opportunity and says, well, thank you very much. Here I go. And hops over like a bunny into the enemy team, just leading the charge, and gets so much value. After this, it's all about just cleaning up. And you can see that BG and Ruler are thinking about it, but they get baited into some more.
And turn every composition into a scaling comp these days.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep Jax and Akali alive for long enough, and Kalista actually, they do have really great sustained damage, and in a very messy fight where you're in the back line, I mean, everybody has backline access, essentially. It's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out.
Yep, teleport is going to come in, so 15 seconds to go, and GenG will find themselves grouped up after a teleport from Rascal, who goes back home, collects next little bit of his build. We'll see what actually he got to put together before this one. Shape Splitter comes through. Rascal just going to chase after Faker there. It's Cuz standing on top of his own control ward. GenG trying to be in position. As Effort going to get snared, but not going to get punished too much. GenG will be able to grab the Rift Scuttler for that added vision. And now this Drake is going to get started again. T1 a little bit late on this, as Rascal looking to control them. There's the Fate's call from Teddy, but it's not exactly what they want as Faker diving into the pit. Clid going to be in position as there goes Effort. Gets a great knock up as it is going to be Clid that locks down another Drake. Golden goes most of GenG. The health bars are so damn low as Faker wants to try and tidy it up, but he can't quite get there, and Teddy was eliminated way too early. In goes Cuz though, and BDD is going to fall. And Cuz is kept alive for so damn long. Teleport from the Ezreal. He will have full health. as Clit is gobbled up and life will keep him alive. Faker trying to go aggressive, but in the meantime, Ruler finds the backline. Canna not going to find that slow as now Faker's dealt with a double kill for Ruler, and GenG fight back.
Nicely done by GenG to get in there. I really want to highlight Clit that amongst all the craziness in the team fight, he's able to win the Smite fight, and every single Infernal that goes their way is going to be so massive for their team, especially when they can deny. Now he's 4-0 on the Ezreal, which is just insane. And this one gets messy really fast. This is what I was talking about. The T1 comp, it's always going to hit your back line.
BDD. I was watching the Drake that entire time, but BDD wearing his own orb, flash shockwaves, and gets 4 people.
He's basically saved his team there because it could have been a lot worse. You know? There was
100%.
so much backline access. T1 was coming from 3 different angles, and then BDD was like, nuh-uh, I'm going to try to deny you of that. And then T1, I think maybe they didn't even notice that Ruler had left, and then they're trying desperately to help Faker, but everybody's too low that it's like, well, can't really do much for you, so he eventually goes down to give a double kill to Ruler, who, by the way, completed Death Stance now and is basically unkillable with the...
GenG was in the area, so you can understand why some added respect was given. Teleported into the mid lane just to stop GenG from freely being able to take this Baron. Unfortunately, T1 not able to move this minion wave towards the outer turret, and that map control that GenG have had for what feels like this whole game is going to continue, at least until this mid-outer is going to be taken. It's only 1 turret in the lead here for GenG, but you can see how important that particular one is. The Shape Splitter once again providing vision to GenG, who make it very dark around the Baron. Now look to continue. Effort. It's going to have to be really careful. This is getting real dicey for T1. True Shot Barrage. Big shields. Don't worry. Can it? Has everything available with the Mantrid Inspire.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can actually get anything done now after a pretty devastating team fight. But again, there is very many ways for T1 to try to outplay, even from behind.
Blast Cone his way out. Clit grabs himself the Rift Scuttler. There is vision in this pit. So T1 will know what's going on, but because he can't get chunked before this particular fight is Teddy. That is not the real Nico, but he does have to respect that. And they're going to dive on forward. Cuz is going to grab it. It's Teddy. Going to get shockwaved again, but he's still alive. Effort not so lucky. Cuz trying to get out. He will be taken here as Clit flashes on top of him. And GenG, they may have lost the Infernal Drake, but this could be Baron if they can tidy up here. Canna gonna go down. All of that support for Teddy's gonna go missing. Might find himself safer now that he is underneath that turret, but the rest of his team can't say the same. Faker and Teddy, can they save T1 from the Baron push of GenG?
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about the team fight, but if Cuz did not get that smite, I think the game would just be over from here because GenG would have won the fight and the dragon with Infernal Soul, and then eventually take Baron most likely on top of that. So they give T1 a tiny little chance, I'll say. That's firm control of this game. Cuz and Effort so low. They're barely able to get in there, jump over the wall. But there's no hope that they're going to win the team fight. I mean, it's just like we got to desperately try to get this Infernal, and that's all. Nobody's engaging. They're all split up. And see, this Nice Abyssal Voyage comes in to get an extra kill on top of it just to make sure that they can get the Baron. And
Core JJ went and left us. So sad. But look at the damage dealt. Ruler is all over this. More than double what Teddy's offered because Teddy just... He's been eliminated at the beginning of the last couple of team fights and hasn't been able to get anything done. And BDD now with the Rabbidan's Death Cap, that's going to make Ruler even stronger. Now 3 items on this Glacial Augment. Nico, who's going to be able to just completely control the battlefield. It's an awful experience trying to team fight as Teddy against this GenG comp with the Nico there. Because she just slows him down. That's going to slow his attack speed. Like, this does not feel great as Ruler dashing on forward looking for Teddy, but Teddy hopping around that martial poise.
Teddy does feel like one of the only hopes left available to the side of T1. The Sakali, again, we questioned the pick, and it's even if it got ahead, I wonder how much efficiency it would have gotten, effectiveness in this game, how well it would have done. I'm just not sure, I mean, because GenG could have easily itemized the same way.
Double siege minions now, and this composition is so low range, they can't do anything against the siege. This was always going to be a problem. That's why this comp is so hard to play as the game goes on. And GenG just, they walk forward. They're like a juggernaut. It's so funny because that's what we used to call T1 as a team. Doesn't feel the same way anymore. It's cleared. Moving down towards the bottom side. Ruler just inside the T1 base. And it just feels like T1 don't have all that much left to try and hold on to this game. Cuz tagged by the W there from Ruler. But it's just, it feels so easy for GenG just to walk on over and take anything that they want, as the Baron eventually is going to wear off. It's not a bad power play in the end. Now Rascal thrown around his Super Soaker. Teddy slowed down, and there's the Fate's Call. T1 looking to try and put on the pressure, as there's the Devour. And Life not going to be too worried as Faker immediately goes golden. Pop Blossom finds no value. There's a good flank from Cuz, and this might be the team fight Teddy can look for. Ruler still extremely healthy as Teddy understands that he has to take this game into his own hands, but can't quite make it work. Cuz going to get kited there by Rascal, as it's just Cuz an effort to try and hold on to this one. Faker also getting himself back to base, and GenG hold themselves together and are able to take down yet another inhibitor.
That was a really nice engage from the side of T1. You really got to hand it to them from behind. They found a way. Besides all that, there was a big backline dive by the side of T1. And from that team fight, they're going to try to roll into this Infernal and take it away real quick. I think they should be able to.
Yep, they got some spooky ghosts. Oh my god, Life! Oh, that was it. I think it was Wither Smite from his Unsealed Spellbook, but the range may not have quite been enough, as Faker is going to execute Rascal. But Ruler will have an Arcane Shift, and that's all he's going to need to be able to take down Faker from the mid lane.
To the game and also their mental in this one. I mean, that's not going to be easily taken down. Now the 7-0 Ezreal has Infernal Soul. On top of everything else, they're going to try to get him here.
Well, there's the Fate's Call. Ruler says no, doesn't really want to have anything to do with that, as Teddy's going to get tagged. Effort looks for the charm. He's going to charm up Ruler just for a little while, but he decides that he wants to go aggressive after that. Remember, this is with an Infernal Soul. You can see him proccing his brilliant shockwave out from BDD. Only onto a single target, but it's the only target that's capable of doing damage here in these team fights. And now, without Faker or Teddy, GenG are going to push in and probably just win this game.
Yep, that should be it. We do have the Super Minion, although they're going to try to make their way in here with 3 members and hold the Phalanx, but we'll see what they can do.
Cuz looking for the Counter-Strike, but does not get it. There's the ulti from Klid's going to shut down the turret. It's going to get deleted, and the Nexus is going to follow suit. Effort finds a grand entrance to knock up onto the bear, but immediately he's going to go down. Faker has respawned. He goes golden, but now it's Ruler. Triple kill instantly. That's the Quadra. A delayed pentakill in the end for good old Ruler. Actually, no, BDD managed to get the last one with the shockwave, but still, damn good play out of the AD carry from GenG, and they do strike back and find that cut in. As that's exactly what GenG are going to take away, continuing on their trend of early game, and then they go all the way out the window, and the Ornn is going to be locked in here for Rascal. His most played so far this season, 5 games, is R5 Renekton. I hope you guys welcome back. Welcome back from the LS co-stream. I assume he's left, because I highly doubt he's going to stick around with
R5 Renekton.
The old. This is the dream.
Pog? Oh.
Never mind.
Okay, I mean, it's still
better than Renekton.
Much better. I had to get that many muches out there.
That's much.
It's a lot of muches. And it's good. I mean, you can begin to put on a lot of pressure in the side lane now. I really like Camille nowadays. You can isolate some of those really...
Could really win out in that lane, as we saw. But it's going to be a little bit easier here for Ruler to retain control, as Klid puts down a control ward, spots Cuz, and they've got vision everywhere on this top side. But Cuz is going to move on over. Klid's going to have to back. It's only going to be like a camp, I think. before Clid is going to hit level 6 for himself, so he wants to get over to his Raptor camp, take that one down as quickly as possible, as we've got Cuz just getting rid of this control ward. It's the Shield of Daybreak, actually, as Ruler up against this wall. Exhaust comes in. Cuz has to vacate the area. That's a lot of poke damage onto Ruler as he backs away. Spotted here on the top side, I think, by Rascal. Puts the ward in, and that's actually a big trade. But this is a scary Olaf. Rascal may actually have to flash here. Does. Blast Cone going to be utilized, so Lee Sin deciding that he'll go home at that moment. Interesting. Zenith played very close to putting life right underneath that turret.
Neither side was confident enough to just run at the dragon. Now that Rascal had to flash away, you can see that T1 are setting up for this, but it's a 3-on-2 for now.
Yep, Ornhorn comes in. It's going to be a big knock-up. Ragnarok, remember, is on cooldown, and Cuz just going to be eliminated. First blood goes to BDD. Kick back. Pop Blossom was about everywhere as Faker's going to be able to grab the kill onto the Ornn, but in goes BDD. That's the double. That is why you ban this champion from this mid laner, by the way, as Faker, he's not going to be tricking.
Can I take another look at this? And they say, well, Rascal's low. Maybe we can just do it, but he takes so much damage from the swipe from the Rift Herald, Cuz does. And then, of course, the perfect kick from Clid denies the damage onto Rascal, most importantly. He's able to lock up Kana, and everything kind of snowballs, and that max range Q from BDD with his own flash, able to pick up the kill.
And it looks like Clid's just going to hop his way over, try and grab this Infernal Drake BDD with some lane control. Be able to move on in there as well, as Rascal actually having a good time at this point. Of course, the Ornn does have early advantage, as Cloud Drake once again going to be the second here. As GenG do bubble going a little bit wide, as that's a Ragnarok out from Cuz. He's not going to be able to use that for the next little while, as GenG find him in his own jungle. Clid finding a Q there under effort also.
Yeah, you can see how much pressure they can put on now with the lead that they have. I mean, Zoe's going to have such a fun time in the lane. The jungle is going to be ahead here for GenG. So they get the flash.
Continues. Of course.
Oh boy.
Oh no. As Faker.
Close.
Pop Blossom actually used. You can see just how much respect has to be given over to... Yep, and Shelly is going to hop up into this mid lane. Should be some plates picked up here for GenG. And Clid's just going to vacate. He knows that he's going to be able to get that plate gold for himself and gives the rest of it over to BDD. Who was in position at the right time as Faker. Not going to take too much damage there. Portal jump from BDD, not going to be enough. As now, we might be able to get this demolished proc for Rascal, and he does. He's only got another 10 seconds to go, but he's still going to get some plates here. As Rascal picked up the turret aggro, now he's trapped. As there's the Ornhorn, wants to go back as Cuz. Yep, he's got Ragnarok, but ooh, tags him there. Cleared in position, good sidestep from Rascal. He's a chunky boy, his old Ornn, but still just hiding in that that wall. It's pretty effective. Not going to get knocked up, gets himself the magic damage shield. Now, Clid's running. Oh, he's booking it. Try and find Kana here as Cuz. He's going to show up as well. Rascal needs to move on down, but BDD's here as well. Paddlestar, a lot of damage onto the Olaf. And man, I mean, this is the fear that we had for the Olaf, right? Like, what is he supposed to do? He just seems to be running in, taking a bunch of damage and running away.
Yeah, he was at least able to get the jump onto the Lee Sin, so it looked a little bit better, as Clid did look a little bit off guard, but BDD was right there to eventually help him out, so didn't matter too much. Faker was busy going back and trying to push the lane and maybe try to get some priority around the Cloud Drake that is up here. I feel like Mountain is going to be pretty strong for both sides. I feel like a lot of people already are building a lot of resistances, but we'll have to wait and see which one does spawn. Now, C1 are going to try to use this moment to get some priority onto the Drake.
Bit scared, though, in their play, as you can see. Cuz in position. Fake Cuz moving back towards the mid lane that is just going to be taken down.
Fake Cuz.
Yep. As our Faker well and truly a Faker here in this game. Shirley going to move towards the inner turret now, and this is all about creating control. As, yeah, Cuz doesn't have Ragnarok, by the way, guys. Solar Flare comes in. That's the kickback. Faker trying to answer it here as Portal Jump from BDD dodges out of the way of the Pop Blossom. The Olaf is taken. The bubble lands onto Faker. Shirley charges forward. And T1 are going to be able to make it out
anyway on the second watch, but at the end of the day, BDD wasn't really able to get much effective damage after that.
Barrier picked up here by BDD, and Faker taking way too much damage here. Pop Blossom going to be utilized. There's the paddle star. Faker, more sparkles. There's the last auto, and BDD gets the solo kill. Avoids Canna here as well as finally the ultimatum comes in. BDD eventually will fall down as I think an Olaf died in there somewhere, not entirely sure, as Canna gets a great stun, but Clid seems not worried at all. Ruler's going to move on over and picks up the kill here from the top laner, and I think, guys, it's looking like all she wrote.
BDD beginning to flex a little bit, says, I am going to win this mid lane matchup hard. I'm not even going to take a little step back and, you know, just playing safe with my lead that I got going on here, as we do have more action now.
Yep, Teddy is going to have to flash over. Q not going to be followed.
Would have been a really nice swing for Kana to get more items to potentially put on pressure in the side lane. That's one of the only places where T1 have some hope right now.
I really hope Rascal is putting together a Trinity Force with the random Sheen that he has. As there's the Ornhorn, looking for Canna, gonna get the knock up.
Oh, here comes
We have a Searing Charges. Oh no, I know that's a T1 skin, but that is not a T1 player. As Ruler is just hand-delivered another kill. Cuz and Teddy. Undertow's gonna miss. Clid comes in. Q's even gonna land. No joy here.
But Ornn, he's an assassin, man. And let's see how he can get out of this one.
Yep, Faker looking to try and lock him down. Does have the Pop Blossom flash used by Rascal to get out of the way, but he's gone the wrong direction, guys.
And his team.
And we're looking for a Baron as T1 are going to split. Faker still looking to try and take down the Ornn. I don't know whether they're going to quite have enough here as Rascal doesn't have teleport or anything like that. Teddy going to move on over as well, the Baron. Not going down too quickly, but there's a lot of sticks that can be put into this objective as eventually the Ornn will fall. He's down for another 40. As now Cuz trying to get on in there. This is dangerous now. Teddy no teleport though, so they won't have the Ezreal for this fight. And look at all of these sticks.
45.
Just insane, the amount of damage they're going to have. It did go down to 300, but there was no Olaf in the pit. As Effort's going to go golden, the Trouble Bubble not going to be collected. Flashes to try and get on top of Clid of all people, as Ruler moved out of the way, and oh my god, the chain CC. As now Ruler trying to hold on to his position, not able to. Teddy's going to be able to lock him down. Clid trying to escape and does so for now. BDD at full health, the Mystic Shot doesn't land. Bubble sails by majestically. And the Baron now only on 2 members of GenG. And I don't know
whether gold onto a very important member alongside of a very important Drake, as Effort sets this up beautifully. And kind of goes a little bit too far. He goes way into the back and you're thinking, oh, maybe he threw it, right? He goes down immediately, but then just take a look at Teddy. Arcane shifts forward, does insane amounts of damage. He knows that this is going to be his moment. Nobody's looking at him. They're all looking at the front line, the commit to expire. We have a big TP coming in. They're trying to get Clid here.
Clid is well and truly out of position. The kickback, and Faker gets on through. He was the one that was chasing after Clid. That's a Q that's going to connect. True Shot Barrage not going to as Clid. Okay, yep, this is Brother Clid for T1.
Yeah.
Over that side of the map. He did buy a lot of space.
Forget about that. And he really is the one hope right now for his team. So if you're a T1 fan, you better be praying to Teddy that he can carry this one.
Yep. Absolutely true. Close to 7,000 gold the lead here for GenG. They still need to destroy the Nexus though, and T1, if they've done anything in the past, it's hold on. It's just whether or not that's going to be good enough here this game. Yeah. GenG, they do have a far more early game-based composition than they did in Game 1. But this is still... I mean, Zoe just morphs games like this so much.
Zoe's kind of interesting because you can say, like, yeah, I mean, 1-2 item spikes, she's pretty ridiculous and maybe falls off a little bit compared to more sustained damage dealers like an Azir or, I don't know, an Orianna. But when it's BDD and she gets fed, I think it just her power extends into every phase of the game. You know, it's like, oh, Zoe's strong in early, mid, and late game, and in many different compositions. That was a flash by Clid, really trying to get that kick down.
Looks for it. Canna doesn't have to use his flash though, so just hookshot to get him away. It's great use. Speedy getting chunked. Teddy, yeah, answering back nicely.
Teddy,
up barrage also. Able to do some work as Rascal might need to use the ultimate just for zoning.
They're bursting it.
Yeah, this Mountain Drake going to get taken down very low. The Ren should be enough here as Rascal. Will he be able to get the knockback? No, he's not. As the Ornn is taken down. Yes, they get the Drake, but T1 now looking for the team fight. BDD still bouncing around, finds another bubble. Ruler's hopping back. So many sticks into all the members of T1. But can he actually close distance? Teddy's still huge. As another bubble connects onto Faker here, and Ruler knows that he needs to take matters into his own hands. BDD still alive, but Teddy, every time BDD steps forward, Teddy's there with a Mystic Shard. But it looks like GenG will be able to get out. It's a one trade here for T1, 1 for 2. But I think that they're just going to be able to get out. Okay, Cuz, full health bar, teleport in from T1 as BDD trying to get some more work done. Cuz, that's Faker actually, who's been back to base. Oh, that was not the one that I was expecting it to be as Bubble connects onto Viola. BDD looks for it, but doesn't find it. Zonya's utilized here, teleport in. This fight is extending so long as Clid goes golden, and Rascal looks for Faker. Canna into the backline. BDD survives though, as Canna falls down, and Rascal gets a huge knock-up. Faker still trying to get in amongst it as there's all the knock-ups, and Faker is eventually taken down. This hyper-extended team fight will eventually go in favor of GenG with a triple kill from Ruler at the very end. That's the ace, and that should be base broken, at least for GenG.
The fiesta finally ends. So many teleports and so many kills towards the end of that one, and we got some pretty long death timers. I think they might just try to end the game. We'll have to wait and see because the fight was so broken up, but yeah, just taking a look at it, it's like 10 seconds left on Kana. They might just be able to do it here, Atlas.
Yep, 8,000 gold the lead here for GenG. 4 seconds on Kana, 5 on effort. I think you're right, Valdez. I don't think there's anything T1 can do. And GenG are even going to deny the engagement from Kana. Nexus down to 20% health. They're trying to eliminate them, as Faker not going to quite land the Pop Blossom before the Nexus goes down. And GenG, they couldn't do it in 2019. They haven't been able to do it in 2020 until today. 2-0 for GenG, looking much better against T1 that were their kryptonite for so long.
Oh, they played